Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Huddle,
where we talk about football. I gotta mix it up sometimes. I'm running out of ideas. Sorry, guys, but we do talk about football here.
and we still have 20 plus weeks left of the NFL season to go, so you got to come up with some new ones.
I'll come up with something.
We just wrapped up week 2 of the NFL season.
Wow,
some good games, some interesting games, and big upsets, but we'll get into all of that later. We got some questions to answer about some of the bigger teams in the NFL. Well, let's just get to this week's playbook. We got the NFL news, of course, to kick it off. We have a lot of this trash talk. We got our games of the week, some big takeaways, very quick team reactions of course, the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers, and then wrap it up with everybody's favorite, the Steel Curtain Session.
Here we go.
Let's get into some NFL news, though. Elijah, tell us about some big injuries that happened this past week.
Yeah, so a really unfortunate one that we got to witness last night. Nick Chubb, terrible injury. They didn't even show it, but there is footage out there now. It's not good. End of his season. Could be an end of a career, though, if you think about it. He's already had a knee injury on the same leg, so it's really scary. Prayers out for Nick Chubb. And then Saquon Barkley also got injured. I think he's questionable. I don't know.
He's out for Thursday's game, but should be back for, I guess, 2 weeks from now, I guess, next week. So, obviously, those two big-name running backs with injuries. Probably the biggest quarterback in the league right now, Patrick Mahomes, restructures his contract. I think from 2024 through 2028, something like that. He's guaranteed the most money ever in NFL history with a whopping $210 million guaranteed. That's insane. I did the math with my dad or something. He's making like over $140,000 a day.
That's crazy.
For the next 4 years. And that is a very, very, very good year's wage. So he's making that in 24 hours, which is unreal.
But I think he deserves it, though.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Maybe he'll start playing like crap like Joe Burrow did.
But Kareem Hunt, he signs back with the Cleveland Browns after the Nick Chubb injury. And then for some of the players of the week, Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift lead their conferences respectively. Both of them had great games. DeAndre Swift made his fantasy owners mad this week because everybody benched him because he had 1 point the week before and then blows up and dropping like 27. And then Alex Highsmith and then Michael Parsons of the Cowboys with defensive players of the week. Also, Cam Akers added to the trade block basically by Sean McVay. I think his name's Kyron Williams. Has really been doing great for them recently.
And that's about it for your news of the week.
Elijah, it's now time for probably our favorite part of the episode. It's Trash Talk Tuesday, even though it's not a Tuesday. But who cares? Read off some of your team trash talk.
All right, Levi, what's the difference between Kirk Cousins and the Colorado Buffaloes?
All right, we're starting off with another joke. I don't know. What's the difference between Colorado Buffaloes and Kirk Cousins?
For Colorado, primetime is a good thing. But for Kirk Cousins...
I get it, because Kirk sucks at night.
All fairness to him, he did have a good game, though. But,
because
primetime Kirk, I don't...
Primetime Kirk, like, every day. I don't even know.
Kenny Pickett.
Sure.
Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome to the jungle. We don't win our games.
That's funny. Real creative. Don't ever sing again on this show.
Okay. Colts can't even keep one QB throughout the entire game.
It's true.
Oh wait, I think I already said that one, didn't I?
I get it because it happens every week. You're funny.
And going off with the QB injury thing, 49ers, 2 straight weeks without a QB injury, so that's a great thing.
That's a huge bonus, yeah. Good job.
Yeah, good job to the 49ers. Commanders, Sam Howell, more like Sam Howell the Commanders 2-0.
Good pawn. I get it. Funny.
Thank you.
Quite cringy. Yeah, it was good there.
Saints Olave, their new car.
Get
it?
I get the pun theme we're doing now. You better not have another one.
Yeah, I do have another one. This one, I stretched it out a little bit. But for the Panthers, I got a feeling that the Panthers do not Luvu. Actually, I don't know how you pronounce that, but anyway,
I get the
what
idea.
this young team is doing, it's making the coaches tremble, and their chins feel gross mottos like a bell in the woods. What the hecker's going on?
Oh my god, just stop. Terrible. You just named off half the roster. Trash talk.
And then finally, let's end with our Steelers. Kenny's not the only pick QB to suck this week, so
that is true.
Yeah.
Bill Kurt, I don't even know how to pronounce the last name. Kurkovich, something like that. You were lucky enough to go to West Virginia.
Let's go Mountaineers.
I wish I would have been able to go with you, but
yeah, but
no. I'm so happy I didn't. I would have been an embarrassed man walking into the stadium. Holy crap!
Yeah, you know what they say to those Pitt fans. I'm not going to repeat that, but you know what they say.
Eat Pitt. Yeah, we'll just say that.
Eat some doo-doo. All right. That is it for your Trash Talk Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. I worked really hard on that stuff.
Yeah, I laughed my head off. All right, well, let's get into games of the week. Biggest win/loss of this week. Josh Allen leads the Bills over the Las Vegas Raiders 38-10.
Yes.
Huge victory. Thoughts on that game, Elijah?
I'm glad the Bills. Well, I don't really care for the Bills, but I mean, I don't care how they do. But anyway, it's good for them that we know that they're actually, still a good team.
Right.
And they can beat a bad team like the Raiders. And it's kind of like the Raiders. I thought maybe they would be a good team. I don't know. It's week 2, but 10 points. But Devontae Adams, I think he deserves a little bit better for that team.
It's just weird because they have a decent O-line. They got Josh Jacobs, who was the best running back in the league last year.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, who has been recognized as one of the best receivers in the league.
If not,
you got guys like Chandler Jones and Max Crosby on the defense.
Yep.
And
then you got Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right. It's I still think it's this Mike McDaniel, not Mike. What's his name?
Josh.
Yes, Josh McDaniel. He's a terrible coach, in my opinion. And I think he's holding the Raiders back from their full potential. But we can't say anything, We're just two teenagers making a podcast and nobody needs us to.
Yeah, but we can't say Matt Canada sucks.
Oh my God. Let's say that for later because I can't go on a rant right now. Elijah, what was the biggest upset of the week?
How about those Titans? 27.
How about those Titans?
Yeah, 27-24 against the Chargers. Man, the Chargers, they're putting up. They had 50 points in the last 2 weeks.
I think it's over 58 points in 2 weeks,
and they're 0-2, and they have no turnovers, and they're 0-2. With 58 points.
And this is another defense that has big names: Derwin James, J.C. Jackson,
Bosa,
Khalil Mack, guys like that. I was trying to think. It's not Nick Bosa, it's Joey Bosa. Gosh,
yeah.
But these are big names, and the defense is not. I feel like the cohesion is not there. The chemistry is not there. Defense just looks like a mess right now. And also, this is another team where I feel like the coach might be holding back this team's potential.
That's what I've been saying forever, man. I don't think this coach is good. I don't know why he's still there.
Yeah, especially after the playoff loss last year.
Did you see that throw that Justin Herbert had? He escaped the sack and then threw it to Keenan Allen for a touchdown. That was insane.
Had a heck of a game too.
Yeah,
incredible.
He's still producing really well.
Right.
He never gets old, I guess. But Titans. What the heck? Don't doubt them. They seem like a bad team, but really they can win games.
No, they're just confusing as heck.
Yeah, they're the most confusing. I said all last year, they're the most confusing team I've ever seen.
Right. And then let's finish this session up here real quick. We're gonna talk about this game later. In our favorite teams, because of course Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. This we established was the game of the week. 37-31 win for the Seahawks in overtime. Yep. Geno Smith made some questionable decisions, and
pulled it out.
Probably the funniest moment of the NFL so far. I'm talking to America here. Excuse me, when Geno Smith was trying to argue that.
Yeah, Geno's getting those mic'd up moments. Last week when Aaron Donald came at him.
Yeah, he screams. Yeah, we'll get into that game a little bit later, but that definitely was a thriller to watch.
Good game.
Yeah, that might have been the most exciting 3 hours of my life in this past week. So go Seahawks. Let's move on to our next session. Takeaways from this past week. Elijah, what's some things that you saw, some question marks you might have for some big teams?
Yeah, I want to start with the Buccaneers.
Okay, yeah.
Is Baker Mayfield like legit? Is he a good quarterback?
Um,
He made some Patrick Mahomes kind of throws.
Yeah,
last week.
I don't know, because the Buccaneers, dude, like, they have good names on their team. It just feels like there's nobody there, and then Baker's making these throws that, yeah, like what you said, Mahomes level.
Yeah. And you could argue. I mean, you can't argue that it's Mike Evans or Godwin, but I would argue back that it is Baker Mayfield who is leading this team right now. And their defense too.
And to be fair, they have a decent shot at the playoffs too. You look at the division; it is the worst division in the NFL.
Yeah, well,
a lot of inexperience.
Well, right now, what are they? Two of the teams are 2-0, and then Saints are 2-0 too.
Right.
So really, right now they're kind of the best division.
I feel like, and once you get to those matchups, Buccaneers Saints, really defy, because obviously those are great matchups all the time. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to see what Baker Mayfield does. I'm just happy he's out of the division.
But we'll see with Baker Mayfield.
Right. Moving on, Elijah, do the Cowboys need to be feared? I hate the Cowboys, so this is not great that they are putting up this many points and just being absolutely like
insane
powerhouse of a team over the past 2 weeks. But do the Cowboys need to be feared, and
absolutely
do they have a shot at the Super Bowl? But do they? Yeah,
they absolutely need to be feared in the regular season.
That's true.
In the postseason,
well, let's get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
49ers, I don't even know if you're going to get the number 1 seed or not, but like, just play the season in a way that you're going to match up against the Cowboys playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they're definitely, Micah Parsons is crazy.
I feel like for Dak, too, Dak's like, oh, crap, they traded for a young guy that hasn't really had much experience, but he's got a bright future, hopefully. Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the hot seat. I got to be Tom Brady Jr. now, and he's looked good. He's looked good.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's good. Pollard's all right, and their defense is just really good. Scared. I mean, we saw what they did to the Giants, and so yeah, they're definitely a team to be feared in the regular season. And then another thing I had, is it over for the Jets? I don't think Zach Wilson's going to be your guy this year. He may have had the win against the Bills, but I think that's just
I know the Jets are.
It's a division game.
So we're like, it's not all Wilson's fault. He threw 3 interceptions. It's like he looked good in preseason whenever Aaron Rodgers was there.
Sure.
And then 1 week,
but
like,
Steelers fans
again now, and dude,
Steelers fans know it. Preseason means nothing. We know after the past 2 games.
We know.
Preseason means
even with the win. We know. And then last but not least, Joe Burrow, is it more than just a calf strain? Is there something else that's hindering him? I have him in 2 out of 5 of my fantasy leagues, and Buddy has put up, I think, 18 points in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Puka Nakua
has like triple that.
70 points in 2 weeks. He was a 5th-round wide receiver. Burrow, what are you doing?
I personally
started to come around in that 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Ultimately still lost the game, but I'm just starting to wonder, man, is it more than a calf strain? Is there something going on? I don't even know, in his personal life, or is his body just not staying healthy?
I'm going to start it off with saying, again, it's week 2. We saw the Bengals last year. Would they go 0-4 or no, they went 0-3 maybe. And then they pulled it out and it's the Bengals. But Joe Burrow obviously is not looking good, and my theory is the money. I think it's kind of like a Geno Smith situation. You get paid,
listen.
And you don't. What's your? I mean, you're getting guaranteed how much, and
a lot.
Obviously your your attitude is going to be a little bit different
Right.
when you're coming into the game. Again, that's a theory. I don't know Joe Burrow's personality. He seems like a cool guy, but
To
I
be
don't know.
fair as well,
It's just a theory. I'm not saying that's exactly it.
you
But
rarely see teams, rarely, back-to-back weeks to kick off the season divisional games.
yeah.
So
That is a good point. That's actually a great point.
Yeah, Burrow has later on in the season, of course, has another chance against these guys.
Yeah.
To show them I'm still superior to both of you, Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson. So I'm not really worrying about it much. I know
Yeah.
the Bengals are still going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you're right. I didn't even think about that. They played 2 division games. I
Right.
mean, the Jets just beat the Bills. So, last week. So you're completely right about that. I think the Bengals will probably come back in they'll be in the playoffs.
Let's not worry too much.
Yeah.
Like, let's not say the Cowboys are great right now.
Yeah. It's week 2, everybody.
Right, exactly. It's still preseason. And
It's preseason, but the starters
are like, all right. Very, very quick. I'm setting a timer, 1 minute for each of us. Elijah,
right.
Your time starts now. You have till 18:35.
Okay, so the Packers, they started Jordan Love is surprising me both of these weeks. He played really well. They were winning. They ended up blowing it in the end. They basically just became the Falcons. They blow in a big lead, but I'm still pretty happy with what we got. I don't think A.J. Dillon did really well with the running game. We were really missing Aaron Jones in that game.
Right.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon might not be on the team for too long. Good job, Falcons. They have a really good run game. So yeah, and I think their defense is pretty good too. But yeah, I'm still happy with what the Packers did. It's just, blowing it in the end. Again, no Aaron Jones, no David Bakhtiari. Definitely came back to haunt us a little bit. But overall, I'm not mad too much. It was a 1-point game, and I think the Falcons. The Falcons could go to the Super Bowl. So I think they're a good team, and yeah. So that's about it for my reaction.
Dude, that was a minute.
There you go.
Surprised. That wasn't your 18.
If it's not a list,
quarterback. All right, I'm gonna start here at 18:45.
All right, there you go.
Your Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. I think overall had a good week. Obviously, some injuries, injury concerns. DK went down a little bit, which I was like, okay, but he was fine. He came back to the game, played a pretty decent game. Running game for the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, I think, should be and will be the focal point of this offense. Had a great game on the ground and through the air. Had a couple of good catches. Zach Charbonnet looked strong on the run game as well. Jake Bobo, he made a catch. I think it was his first career catch, so happy about that all. Overall, I just thought it was a good performance. Very exciting game. Devin Witherspoon looked great. Had a couple good breakups. Still waiting for that defying Tariq Woolen his back moment. And still waiting for Bobby Wagner to get a couple forced fumbles. But other than that, good win. Gino make some smarter decisions, but go Seahawks.
Yeah, one real quick question I have is, how many tackles did Bobby Wagner have this week?
I actually did not check.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if 19 tackles again, that would have been crazy. But
yeah, that would have been wild.
Yeah.
You kick off the Steel Curtain session. I'm going to look that up real quick.
All right, I will. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. I'm singing again. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Probably not.
Probably not. That's right.
Yeah, so this game was probably one of the worst games I've ever watched. It was just so sloppy. Just in general in a game, it was just sloppy for any team.
No, real quick, Bobby Wagner only had 9 tackles total.
Okay, that's still not bad actually. But
still not bad. But
it was a literal Madden game.
Dude, you understand? This Steelers game was a Madden game.
Literally, the fumbles were so weird. Larry Ogunjobi, he got that. He recovered that fumble right through the legs. That usually happens in Madden. It just happens to pop up in your hand in Madden, and that's
you throw a ball out on the flat, receiver catches it, popped up in the air, someone catches it, fumble. Pat Riley chases me down, fumble.
Yeah.
Ball goes out of bounds. Oh, it was a mess. That first quarter took 45 minutes to get through.
Yeah, it was so weird. But Yeah, and then like the failed hurdle, George Pickens, he hit that Y button.
Exactly what I told Elijah. I said, this is why AB cannot come back on the team because
Yeah.
he's
and then
always
there
been
was
sized.
and then there's like some of those PI calls that could have been called like in Madden. You're screaming, "That's a PI!"
Right, exactly.
Levi has a lot of experience with that.
Uh,
But
Madden's against me. I'm convinced.
I want to start out with what was good this game. Obviously, T.J. Watt, Highsmith, first play of the game.
Best rushing duo in the league. There's no
obviously, yeah, there's no doubt. T.J. Watt, leader in sacks for the Steelers in history. That's awesome. Good job.
And he did it in 6 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and he was injured for like an entire year almost.
Right.
So I mean, that's pretty crazy. Imagine if he wasn't injured. But yeah, good job for him and those two. Obviously the end of the game, the fumble recovery was awesome. J.J. Watt said this is the best defensive player in the league. He's probably right about that.
Yeah, I don't care if you think it's biased or not.
Yeah. And
how about Presley Harvin?
Yep. I was going to say Presley Harvin is.
He had a good game. I was sitting there thinking,
yeah.
Wow.
It's unfortunate that our punter was probably the best player on the team.
Nice. But usually Harvin's pretty inconsistent, but he had
that's true.
Great game.
Yeah,
Marco,
really good.
Also on the special teams.
Yeah,
had a couple field goals.
Consistent. He's probably one of the most reliable dudes.
For real.
Pickens, 71-yard touchdown. Poor guy just wants the ball. Give him the ball, Kenny.
Yeah.
Calvin Austin on the punt returns. I don't know.
One diving catch he had for the first down, dude.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
We
got a stud. We have a stud.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. We talked about it the off season, and then Larry Ogunjobi, sacks, fumble recoveries. He was probably starting out in the game. He was our main defensive guy that game. He was definitely filling in for Cam Hayward, and he was all
over the place. And
honestly,
respect up to him. He had a great game defensively.
Yeah,
I know it could be a very, very long list. Even with W. But what was bad this game? Just give me some. I save a certain receiver for me because I want to rant.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's start out with the quarterback, Kenny Pickett.
Where is preseason Pickett? Come on.
Exactly. We thought last week was probably just a fluke, but this week, still throwing behind the receiver, making terrible throws that should have been picked off. He did have a pick too.
Right.
Man, he is just, I don't know what the heck is up with Kenny Pickett. I think he's a little bit nervous still, but I mean, he had so much confidence last year and into the preseason. Where has that gone?
I feel like he's trying to prove himself that he can be the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's already proven that. Like, every Steelers fan has been thinking.
I don't know.
But and I think it also has something to do with our O-line, who didn't really have a great game again. That's been
and we talked about this too. Dan Moore Jr. only plays good against Miles
Garrett. That's true.
He had not a good game. Miles Garrett was so ticked off, and I was laughing so hard because I hate him so much. He's so overrated.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, he ticks me off, dude.
Yeah, Dan Moore, good job. I should put him on the good list.
But Gamuka or Korafor.
Yeah. What the heck?
Pretty poor game there.
Yeah, you should put in Broderick Jones.
I
thought he was starting. I thought what's his face? Okorafor was hurt. But I guess he came back and he was fine. Speaking of injury, Minka got injured. I think he's going to be okay.
He could be okay.
But, and then our tackling was pretty trash.
Horrific.
Our secondary was not
good. Peterson and Levi Wallace.
Oh, man. Just put in JPJ.
Exactly.
Besides that obvious pass interference at the end of the game, he's had some pretty good – he had that one knockdown.
Right. On that third down. So that was huge. Right.
And then, Minka actually played really well because he ran after Jerome Ford when he should have scored that touchdown, and he got it down. They ended up scoring the next play. But still, secondary, we need to work on that a little bit. I think we need more safeties or better safeties.
I think Keanu Neal had a great game. Forced that fumble. He's a hard hitter.
Yeah.
So I like Keanu Neal a lot.
Yeah. But we just need some coverage.
Right.
We really need some coverage. And Matt Canada obviously sucks.
Yeah. Oh, he's awful.
There were chances
of your home team screaming "fire you."
Yeah.
mean a lot because we've sat through you for 2 seasons and now entering your third, and nobody likes you. You're not liked around Pittsburgh, so go ruin somebody else's franchise, please and thank you.
Yeah, preferably the Browns.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, they're already ruined.
They're already pretty bad, yeah.
But last but not least, a man who I never liked when we signed him in the first place, number 89, Gunnar Olszewski. First of all, I'm telling you right now, even if he was wide open in the back of the end zone, he would not make that toe touch.
Yeah.
That toe drag catch. And you did it on a kickoff. The ball was going out. I don't understand what he was doing. He didn't even have to go for it. It was going out of bounds. Why did you touch it? 3 plays later, Kenny Pickett throws an interception. That's not happening if you're forced on a third down in your own territory, you know?
He was trying to be a hero there, trying to get the cool, 100 IQ play.
And he got negative IQ.
He messed that up so bad. He had one job, and he had so many. He could have been all the way out of bounds and caught it. He could have had 1 foot out of bounds and caught it. He could have just let it go.
And Buddy said, "Oh wait, hold up."
Toe drag and catch the ball.
And then obviously had a. I mean, I guess it wasn't really his fault. It just added more for us to hate him. That catch, fumble, Madden play.
He got hurt afterwards. But
then Elijah video today. It was about Gunnar Olszewski on that kick return, and I mean the comments were lethal.
Yeah,
and they weren't. It was just hate.
Yeah,
and the top comment was like, "This guy or Bill Belichick sent him over to the Steelers because he just wants to ruin our lives," which is so true. It is.
Yeah. I do kind of feel bad for him, but I mean, you can't do that. I don't know why he's still on this team.
Yeah, he should not be on the team. All right, well, I think that's it.
Yeah. It was a stupid game. We still got the win, though.
Yeah, and we got 8:20 this night, or Sunday night, Las Vegas Raiders. Cannot wait for that game. I have the Steelers winning it. So far, I'm 2 for 2 on the Steelers schedule. So,
all right.
We'll see what happens there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to yet another episode of The Huddle. This was NFL season week 2. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to the week 3. Giants and 49ers kick it off Thursday night on Prime Video. So be sure to watch that game. Set your fantasy lineups. I'm in first in like most of my leagues because, I'm that guy. Guess who's
I'm pretty sure we're tied in.
Guess who's number 2.
Pretty sure it says we're tied for first place, but whoever's editing this,
4. So that's
whoever's editing this. Please just put up the standings.
Sure, whatever. All right. Well, thank you for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Peace. Welcome to the jungle.
Stop. Stop.